headlines.
Good evening. This is Adetuke Oluyole. Reading with me is Tabitha Komolafe. Bringing you Newscope, our daily news program of in-depth reports, interviews, and commentaries. First, the highlights. World Bank projects Nigeria's population to rise by 130 million in 2050. Oyo government inaugurates task force on infant and maternal mortality reduction. Bandits kill 2 police officers in Kaduna. Israeli forces kill 11 Palestinian family members. Now, the details. President of the World Bank Group, AJ Banga, has projected that Nigeria's population will grow by about 130 million by the year 2050. Mr. Banga made the projection during the 2025 annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank. According to data from the United Nations Population Fund, Nigeria's current population is estimated at 237.5 million. The anticipated increase, according to the World Bank president, would firmly position Nigeria among the most populous nations in the world. The World Bank chief further emphasized that 2050, over 85% of the global population will reside in countries currently classified as developing. He further noted that within the next 10 to 15 years, around 1.2 billion young people will enter the global workforce, competing for only about 400 million available jobs. Meanwhile, medical and health sector stakeholders have urged the government at all levels in the country to prioritize reduction of maternal mortality. They spoke with BCOS reporter Oluyole on maternal mortality rate in Oyo State and Nigeria. Here is Olamipo's report.
Nigeria has one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world. According to the World Health Organization, Nigeria's maternal mortality ratio is estimated at 814 deaths per 100,000 live births. However, more recent data suggests that the maternal mortality ratio might be even higher at approximately 993 deaths per 100,000 live births as of 2023. In Oyo State, the maternal mortality rates 2025 study revealed that average of 489 deaths per 100,000 live births in 6 local governments. These statistics underscores the need for synergy among relevant stakeholders to reduce maternal mortality rate.
We cannot just push away by the wave of the eye and say they are not important. They are important because they are responsible for 70% of deliveries of our mothers. And this is where the high number comes from. So we must involve them, we must initiate them, we must let them know that we are not abandoning them. They should join us. We train them, we give them opportunity so that the death of mothers, death of children is reduced.
Community birth attendants and voluntary organization on the continuous orientation for pregnant women.
With all these opportunities and chances we are seeing from government, I can say with the support of government and the support of God, God will help us. We too are working it. We don't pray for it.
The bulk of those who deliver today in Oyo State, 7 out of 10 would be in the domain of these people. So the number one thing Oyo State must do is to find a way of integrating them into their healthcare deliveries, maternal and child care deliveries, because you cannot throw them away like those who are, we call them low risk. Even for those ones, they must be able to recognize what's called danger signs in pregnancy, but not to recognize the danger signs, but refer them early enough for them to get to centers where they will assess better quality of care.
These statistics highlight the need for improved access to quality maternal health care services, especially in rural and underserved areas to reduce maternal mortality rates in Nigeria. As the government strives to increase the proportion of women who give birth in health facility and meet the Sustainable Development Goals targets for maternal health, it is important to tap into community assets like traditional birth attendants for greater and long-term impact. Olamiposi Ishola, BCS News.
In the meantime, to curb the scourge of infant and maternal mortality in Oyo State, the state government has inaugurated the Maternal Mortality Reduction Innovation Initiative, MAMI Task Force. The government has also received the implementation strategy designed to reduce maternal and infant deaths across the state. The formal inauguration of the task force was held at the Molete Primary Health Center in Ibadan. Details are presented by the Governor's Office correspondent Oluyole Sulaiman.
After several days of deliberations and fieldwork, stakeholders working to curb maternal and infant mortality in Oyo State came up with an implementation strategy aimed at reducing maternal and infant death across the state. The action plan and activation plaque were presented to the state government during the inauguration ceremony at the Molete Primary Healthcare Center, Ibadan.
I want to hand over to the good people of Oyo State through the Honorable Commissioner what we have worked on for the implementation action plan to guide Oyo State to achieve successful crashing of maternal and neonatal mortality in the state.
In his address, the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, represented by the wife of the Deputy Governor, Chief Ajibola Lawal, described MAMI as a renewed call to action to protect mothers, safeguard newborns, and strengthen the state's healthcare system. Governor Makinde reaffirmed his administration's unwavering commitment to upgrading health facilities, empowering healthcare workers, and ensuring that every pregnant woman and newborn in the state receives quality care.
I wish to commend the leadership of the Oyo State government under the leadership of His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, who realized the importance of mothers and their children, employed healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses, and midwives.
While inaugurating the task force, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Oluyole, explained that the members were carefully selected from key health agencies, including Primary Health Care Board, Hospital Management Board, Health Insurance Agency, and Emergency Services to ensure full representation and effective coordination. Dr. Ajetumobi charged the task force to work assiduously to drastically reduce maternal and infant death in Oyo State.
We won't pray for a life to be lost by giving a life. So these are the things I want to put in place so that our indices will go down minimally. And before we know it, the issue of maternal mortality and neonatal mortality will be a forgotten issue in Oyo State.
While presenting the MAMI Action Plan and Activation Plaque, the Oyo State MAMI Coordinator, Dr. Oluwatomishi Adiagbo, alongside the National Coordinator of the Sector-Wide Approach, SWAP, Dr. Mutanga Sadiq Umar, represented by Omoruyi Iyain, expressed optimism that the task team will work closely with both national and state structures to bridge existing gaps in maternal health service delivery.
We have actually strategized in a way that this intervention cut across all the 4 MDs in the health sector: the Primary Health Care Board, the State Hospital Management Board, the State Ministry of Health, and ultimately OISHA and SEMSA.
The women are going to be line listed in the different communities, and by line listing they have easy access to health workers who monitor them virtually daily and all.
In their goodwill messages, the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adiwolu Ladoja, represented by the banker of Ibadan, Chief Abiola Arulogun, the Executive Secretary of the Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Muhyiddin Olatunji, and the chairman of the Oyo State Hospital Management Board, Dr. Akin Fagbemi, represented by Dr. Tunde Aremu, pledged their commitment to working tirelessly towards reducing maternal and infant mortality in the state. Earlier in his opening address, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Dr. Akintunde Ayinde, affirmed that Oyo State remains committed to translate the plan into measurable outcomes, ensuring no maternal death, healthier mothers, stronger families, and more vibrant communities. Pregnant women present at the event were also given cash gifts. Oluyole Sulaiman, This West News.
The federal government has commenced a comprehensive personnel audit and skills gap analysis across ministries, departments and agencies. This is part of efforts to strengthen data integrity, improve workforce planning and drive a merit-based civil service. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Esther Wilson-Jack, officially launched the exercise known as the Personnel Audit and Skills Gap Analysis PASGAP project in Abuja. She said the project would correct years of fragmented and outdated personnel data that are hampered effective deployment and planning in the service. She described PASGA as a key element of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2005 and 25, designed to reposition the civil service as an efficient, accountable, and digitally driven institution. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has dismissed reports claiming that some leaders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, are mounting pressure on him to run in the coming 2027 presidential race. In a statement issued today, Mr. Wike's Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and Social Media, Lere Olayinka, described the claim as another lie told by idle minds. He said such persons have nothing to contribute to the development of the country. He added that the report circulated by an online platform was a failed attempt to drag Mr. Nyesom Wike into unnecessary controversy. Mr. Olayinka maintained that as far as his principal, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is concerned, it is President Bola Tinubu to 2031. This broadcast of Newscope comes to you from the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Ibadan. The Police Command in Kaduna State has confirmed the killing of 2 of 8 officers by suspected bandits in Zonkwa Zangang Kataf local government area. The command's public relations officer, DSP Mansil Hassan, told newsmen today that investigation was already on the way to unravel the circumstances around the incident. The officers were said to have been killed on Friday evening. It was gathered that the bandits stormed the police station in an attempt to free suspects earlier arrested in Kashal local government area, and it was later found out, however, that the suspects were not being held at the station. A viral social media post by anti-cultism advocacy platform Niger Confra has triggered an official investigation by the Imo State Police Command. This is after the group accused some police officers in Owerri of belonging to the Vikings Confraternity, one of Nigeria's most notorious gangster cult groups. In a statement released alongside the video, Niger Confra alleged that several ununiformed officers were seen openly disgracing the Nigerian police force by engaging in cult activities while wearing Vikings beret and caps. The post quickly gained traction online, sparking public outrage and calls for disciplinary action. The Commissioner of Police of Imo State has, however, ordered a thorough investigation into the viral video. In the statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer Okoye Henry, the CP assured the public that the matter is being handled with utmost seriousness, while the officers involved will face serious disciplinary measures in accordance with the police regulations. Dozens of terrorists suspected to be members of Boko Haram ISWAP were killed during a failed attack on troops of 21 Armored Brigade along Bama Kashimiri village in Bama local government area of Borno State.
The soldiers were said to be on clearance operations around the Kashim General area when the incident occurred on Friday. It was further gathered that troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation at Dinkai responded swiftly with superior firepower, neutralizing over 30 terrorists. Others fled with gunshot wounds. The officer who led the clearance operation, some soldiers, and 2 members of the civilian Joint Task Force and 2 vigilantes paid the supreme price during the encounter.
In a related development, the troops of the Nigerian Army has rescued 21 abducted persons, including 4 Chinese nationals. The victims were rescued during coordinated operations across Kwara and Kogi states. In a statement released today, the Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Polygab Okoye, said that the rescue was carried out on Thursday, October 17. According to him, the operation involved personnel from the 2 Division, 12 Brigade Lokoja and 22 Armored Brigade Ilorin. The Army said the victims, consisting of 14 men, 5 women, an infant and 4 Chinese nationals, were freed after troops intensified attacks on criminal hideouts in both states.
Let's now go over to our sports studio for more news updates from the exciting world of sports with Buluwaji Ogmola.
Evening. Many thanks for joining us on the sports segment of the news. My name is Buluwaji Ogmola. Nigeria's Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade, goalkeeper Chiamaka Nandozie, and the senior women's national team are among the nominees for the 2025 CAF Awards following their outstanding performances in the year under review. CAF officially revealed the nominees for the women's categories on Friday, with Nigerian players and teams dominating the shortlist across multiple categories. Ajibade has been nominated for the African Player of the Year award alongside Super Falcons teammate Esther Okoronkwo, who won the Women of the Match award in the final of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Ajibade was voted Player of the Tournament at the 2024 WAFCON, where she was named Woman of the Match in 3 of Nigeria's 6 games en route to winning the country's record-extending 10th continental title. The Paris Saint-Germain forward netted once and provided 2 assists for coach Justin Madugu's side during the tournament. Okoronkwo, who plays for AFC Toronto of Canada, registered 2 goals and provided 4 assists throughout the competition, earning recognition for her outstanding contributions to Nigeria's triumph. In the goalkeeper of the year category, Nandozie, who plays for Brighton and Hove Albion in England, has been nominated for the 3rd consecutive year. The Super Falcons have been nominated for the National Team of the Year award after capturing their 10th continental title under coach Madugu. Nigeria's under-17 women's team, the Flamingos, have also been nominated in the same category following their unbeaten run in qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Morocco. Madugu has been shortlisted for Women's Coach of the Year after guiding the Super Falcons to continental glory. Flamingos coach Bankole Oluwayole's nomination is a deserved recognition for his role in building one of Africa's most exciting young teams with the Flamingos. Flamingos captain Shakrat Mashood has been named among the finalists for CAF Young Player of the Year. Completing Nigeria's formidable presence at the award, Oyo Queens, winners of the 2025 Nigeria Women's Football League, earned a nomination for Club of the Year. The Queens will compete against powerhouses such as South Africa's Mamelodi Sundowns, Morocco's Asfa, TP Mazembe of DR Congo, and Botswana's Gaborone United, among others. President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, has expressed confidence in the Super Eagles' ability to succeed in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification playoffs, due to take place in Morocco this November. Gusau revealed that the Federation already began preparations for the mini-tournament and assured that the NFF will do everything humanly possible to secure Africa's lone ticket to the continental playoffs. Alhaji Gusau said the NFF has put necessary mechanisms in place to ensure the team receives the best possible preparation for the crucial matches. Turkish Super League side Besiktas has confirmed the appointment of Wilfred Onye Ndidi as their new vice captain. The Black Eagles made the announcement on the official website on Friday. Ndidi joined the club from Leicester City in the summer. The 28-year-old has made 6 league appearances for the club so far this season. The Besiktas are set to face Gençler Ligi in a Turkish Super League fixture this weekend. Finally, Seattle Storm forward Nneka Ogwumike's dream to play for Nigeria at the Olympics is over. The International Basketball Federation turned down application to compete for the African nation at next year's World Cup and at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. It was the 3rd time that FIBA had denied Ogwumike's appeal to play for Nigeria. She had been trying to play for the country where her parents were born since the Tokyo Games in 2021. FIBA said in a statement that Ogwumike's petition was denied. Her first application was turned down because FIBA said that she tried to switch from the United States to Nigeria too close to the start of the Olympics. FIBA said that it tried to discourage athletes from playing for more than one senior national team in their entire career. And our sport this lovely evening.
And on the foreign scene, Israeli forces have killed 11 members of a Palestinian family in Gaza, the deadliest single violation of the fragile ceasefire since it took effect 8 days ago. The attack happened on Friday evening when a tank shell was fired by Israeli forces at a civilian vehicle carrying the Abu Shaban family in the Zioton neighborhood in Gaza City. Palestinian Civil Defense spokesperson Mahmoud Basal said in a statement that 7 children and 3 women were among those killed when the Israeli military fired on the vehicle as the family attempted to reach their home. Hamas has condemned what it called a massacre, insisting that the family was targeted without justification. The group called on United States President Donald Trump and mediators to pressure Israel to respect the ceasefire agreement.
To end this edition of Newscope, here again are the main points. President of the World Bank Group, A.J. Banga, has projected that Nigeria's population will grow by about 130 million by the year 2050.
To curb the scourge of infant and maternal mortality in Oyo State, the state government has inaugurated the Maternal Mortality Reduction Innovation Initiative MAMI Task Force.
The police command in Kaduna State has confirmed the killing of 2 of its officers by suspected bandits in Zonkwa Zangan Kataf local government area.
And on the foreign scene, Israeli forces have killed 11 members of a Palestinian family in Gaza, the deadliest single violation of the fragile ceasefire since it took effect 8 days ago.
That's all from Newscope Desk for now. It was packaged by Tola Teriba and delivered by
Adetuke Oluyole
and Tabitha Komolafe. Thanks for listening, and do not forget to tune in for the Yoruba version at 8 p.m. Good evening.
bàbá kérésì BCOS máa wáyé tìlù tìfọn láti fi máa ń kí káàbọ̀ sínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa lóríta Basọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. Kété tí bàbá kérésì bá ti kúrò nílẹ̀ Róòmù, gbàgede iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS ní ògùn wá sí. Torí ẹ̀ la fi ń sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá olókòwò kékèké, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ tajà àwọn ọmọdé, ẹ̀yin kátàkárà, tàbẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ta ohun tẹ́nu ń jẹ, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ́ lu àkókò òpin ọdún pàtẹ láti ta onírúurú ọjà tiyín láti ṣayẹyẹ òpin ọdún fáwọn ọmọdé àtàgbàlagbà, ẹlẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́, ilé ìjọsìn, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́jà tẹ́ fẹ́ ta ohun gbogbo tẹ́nu ń jẹ, ẹ máa bọ̀ nínú ọgbà iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS lóríta Basọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn láti bá wa dòwò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú owó péréte. Ẹ sì lè pe alága ìgbìmọ̀ bàbá kérésì ilé akéde lóríta Basọ̀run fọ́dún 2025 àjọpọ̀ bí ẹni yin Olódùmarè hallelujah sórí 08116200150 08116200150. Bàbá kérésì ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run ti ń palẹ̀mọ́ láti gúnlẹ̀ sọ́gbà iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS. Bó o ṣe gbọ́ máa sọ fẹ́lòmíì pé ó ti ń palẹ̀mọ́ kò ní pẹ́ dé.
ọ̀pọ̀ ti sún ó ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ rí bó ṣe wá mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. fẹ́ni tó ti gbọ́ kó sọ fẹ́ni tí ò gbọ́ o. PCOS bàbá wa lágbà adìyẹ ẹṣin tó síwájú ó ti gbà kó kíni náà. tó bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà kájé bùgbàjẹ́ kàn sí wa ní room 2 tó fi dé room 6 commercial department PCOS ilé akéde. ẹ wúra wọ PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn ó fakọyọ ó tún clear gan. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. àdé right now PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn ó fakọyọ ó tún clean gan. nísẹ̀yìn PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ tiwa Oluyole 88.5 regulated 92.5 lókè ògùn 96.3 FM gbogbo yín pátá la kí àti ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ bá wa dòwò pọ̀ oṣù ọ̀ ẹ máa rí tajẹ́ ṣe o TS Charity ẹ wòrà wò yí o. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn ó fakọyọ ó tún clean gan. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn wọ́n ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere.